Go from college football rankings to a college football story that is awesome. This man has a big brain.
Huge.
Big brain. So much so that he was given head coaching duty at the Duke Blue Devils football team.
Wow.
And what did he do? Oh, I don't know, made him a national story, made him relevant. And you get a chance to meet him, you can see why. He's incredibly football intelligent. He's incredibly handsome. And if you see his head, you could tell he's a football guy. Used to play safety, flew around whenever he was playing as an Ivy League player. He's a former defensive coordinator at numerous stops where his defenses just ate up like the hungry hippos. And now, the biggest story in college football, it was who will fill in the spot that was left when $76.8 million was paid to fire Jimbo Fisher and move on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this man, head coach of the Texas A&M Aggie football team, Mike Elko.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you. Still got the hype man going in my corner. I appreciate that from you always.
Well, to be clear, when I started hyping you up there, I didn't know if you were on the Zoom call or if we were connected or not. So as I was
I was on.
You're on.
I was on, like I was in the corner getting ready to come out into the ring. You had me going.
Okay, well, first of all, what I didn't say in there, and I think we would all like to, congratulations, man.
Here you go, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate you.
Now,
really exciting time for me, exciting time for my family. Obviously, this is a dream opportunity that we've been hoping for a long time. And so, so excited to be here and be part of this thing.
Okay, so you were there a few years ago, obviously as defense coordinator. You leave to go be the head coach at Duke. What you do at Duke is phenomenal from a football standpoint. Game day was down there. We were down there. Your players loved you. Your team loved you. Now in the world that we're in right now, getting to a place like Texas A&M, we all just saw the $76.8 million buyout. It's like you're going to have an opportunity now to kind of, recruit and do things that maybe you weren't able to do at Duke, no offense to Duke, but like now you're getting an opportunity to really go, right? Is that what's kind of drew you to Texas A&M? And how do you feel now about what the next steps are to kind of get the team back on track?
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously this is a place that is resourced and supported at a level that you can win it all, right? And as a coach, that's what you want. You want to be supported by a fan base and resourced in a way that you can go out there and you can win the whole thing. And we certainly can do that. And then, what's next? What's next is everything. We got to put a staff together. We got to start building relationships with the current class that's committed. We got to build relationships with the guys in this building. And we got to go to work. And we've got to become what this program is capable of becoming. It's certainly been well documented how much this place has to offer. We've got to make all of that a reality.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, where are you at in the process of building your staff? That's something that not as many casual fans, I think, talk about. You got to come in and find the right staff and who you want to hire, who do you want there. How difficult is that, and how long do you think that'll take?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's critical, right? The people that back me and the people that support me and, the pyramid that we form from the top down throughout this organization is ultimately what leads to our successes and our failures. And so we're going to do it as fast as we can, but we're also going to make sure we do it the right way and that we get guys in here that can coach football, can relate to kids, can recruit, and can do all the things that you need to do to build the program we want to build.
Are you sitting in your office right now? Where are you?
I am sitting right in my office.
I like how we got nothing on it yet. Nothing.
Hell yeah.
Nothing. Decorations will come next year.
Oh, I respect.
We got to win a bunch of games. We got to get a bunch of recruits. We got to get some people in this building. There's an awful lot of things that are going to happen before we start decorating stuff.
Okay, so I assume that there's going to be a lot of places that wanted your services for how good of a football coach you are and for everything we learned about you this year. Now, we should have known about you before. We apologize. But learning about you, you seem to do everything right. Texas A&M, obviously they have all the resources to everything. Is it a place you think that can go, or is it a place that you're going to have to win right now? What are your expectations from the people that you're talking to at Texas A&M, and what have others maybe told you about potentially taking this job versus maybe another place that you could have went to?
Yeah, no, I think this one was a little bit unique for me because I know this place hands down, right? And I spent 4 years here, and I've said this to a bunch of recruits. I know every reason why we should win a national championship here, and I kind of know some of the reasons why we haven't. And I'm the guy that can come in here, in my opinion, and bridge this gap the way we need to. And the reason why I'm here is, one, because of how special this place was to me and my family for the 4 years that I was here last time. And the two, because I think we can do it all. We can win it all, and we can do it the right way. And those two things, for anybody who knows me or anybody who's ever talked to me, that's all I've ever wanted. I wanted a place where I could win it all the right way. And that's what I think we can do here at Texas A&M.
That's phenomenal. Their fan base is always there. Always there. Every video I've seen, they are always there.
Any game, anytime, any opponent, whenever, wherever, we're going to be 103,000 strong in Kyle Field.
Coach, these videos have been hitting the internet, though, the night before games. They're called like yell practice or something.
Something like that, yeah.
You need to, I mean, I assume it's a massive tradition, but those need not get let out publicly.
Can't have it.
Those you need to stay in-house. Those need to stay in-house, Coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's the thing you got to realize, though, Pat, and I tell this to people all the time. I've told them this about Texas A&M, right? People outside of it maybe don't understand it, but the spirit of this place is unique. And you tell me where else you can get 50,000 fans in a stadium 24 hours before kickoff.
Okay. All right. Nice. Hey, listen, maybe keep the yell practice.
Also true.
All right, yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, Darius,
I'm just saying. There's not a lot of programs that can put that many people in a stadium that far before kickoff.
People loyal down there. Yeah. Darius has a question for you.
Send a couple of them out to Houston, help my guys out.
Yeah.
But, something a lot of people don't talk about, and obviously you have experience with it. Congratulations once again. But how tough is it to kind of move on and I guess up, in this business is coaching, especially recruiting kids and then moving on? How challenging is that for a coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the worst part of what happens, and obviously, listen, I made the decision to come here, and to some degree, words become hollow at that point. But you make a lot of special connections. I'm very thankful to President Price and Athletic Director Nina King. They were the ones who believed in me and gave me that opportunity. There were an awful lot of people around that program that supported me, and there's a lot of players in that locker room that believed in me, and all of that comes together and creates this opportunity for me. And in some degree, you turn your back on all of that, and that's never easy. And that's not something that I take lightly at all. And the best I can do is just say that I'll be there to support them, and whatever they ever need from me, I'll be there for them.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, just curious. So, when you come into this situation, how do you balance the use of the transfer portal and recruiting? Because obviously you want to recruit your own guys, and you need to do that because the portal is, in a sense, almost kind of just slapping a Band-Aid on things. For a quick turnaround. But when you understand the expectations, like at Texas A&M, it's not one of those things where it's, hey, we have a bunch of time to get our own guys in here and we can kind of take the lumps and maybe not do that great until those guys develop. Like, how do you kind of manage that fine line between, hey, we want to go out and we want to recruit our guys, but we also need to kind of look in the portal and try to improve very quickly for next year?
Yeah, I think the first part of that is culture wins, and talented culture wins championships. And so that has to be at the premium. And so everyone that we bring into this program has to want to be part of Texas A&M football. And so a large chunk of that is always going to be high school recruits. We play in the greatest football state in the country. The high school football in Texas is where everything will start for us, making sure we build relationships with everybody in this state and clean this state out for every kid that we think fits us the right way. But then you got to expand, right? And expansion nowadays is going national in recruiting, and it's the portal. And the portal's always got a piece of how you recruit and how you supplement your roster.
Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, I would imagine your time that you've already spent there on campus, you already have great relationships with a lot of the big-time high school coaches in Texas. How big of a part is that? How easy did it make it to come back there knowing you already have these relationships in place? And like you said, you want to clean Texas out of all the talent that would fit your program.
Yeah, I think it's just knowing that people are going to support you and believe in you, right? Anytime you go to a place where you've established relationships, you've done things the right way.
Oh, he's gone. They're throttled.
When you can go back into that environment, those people are going to support you every way they can. And, that in and of itself creates a comfort level that makes this feel like it could happen really fast for us.
What was the interview process like? Did you have to lay out like your recruiting pitch to people in Texas? Was it they wanted you, they were pitching you bad to come back? What was the whole kind of give and take to get you to this point?
Those things are always extensive. It starts with a little bit of an initial conversation, and then a lot of times it's the body of work, and that's all I've ever sold. I sold the body of work of what I did here at Texas A&M for 4 years, and what we did on defense, incrementally getting better every single year that I was here, and then what I did at Duke as a head football coach. And I've always kind of let my body of work speak for who I am. I've not been a guy who goes out publicly and makes a lot of loud, outrageous statements. It's just not who I am. That's probably why you never heard of me prior to you coming down to campus and checking in on us. But if you check my background and you check who I've been and you check what I've done over the years, that'll measure up against anybody in the country.
A lot of the guys that you had over at Duke on the coaching staff going to make the trip with you, or do you have to recruit those guys, I assume, because whenever you have success, everybody's looking to grab a piece of that?
Yeah, no doubt. And listen, you try to be as loyal as you can to the people who helped get you here. There's quite a few guys that will fit. And then there's other guys. The hard part about when you do this, people don't realize is, there's a whole bunch of people you have relationships with in coaching, and either cross paths with them and respect them, or have worked with them or spent time with them. And you got this huge pot of guys. And what I have to do is I just got to put together the right puzzle for Texas A&M at this time. And again, we're going to take our time and do that the right way.
How happy are you to be back in the SEC? Get a chance to chat with Feinbaum today, huh? That's a dream come true, huh? We're back in the SEC.
I'll tell you what, you've made it when you get a request to double team McAfee and Feinbaum in the same day.
Whoa.
That's when you know you're where you want to be as a coach.
Hey, listen, that's a tag team that I think the world doesn't need a lot of, but you are going to crush it, obviously, on that show as you did this one. We can't wait to see what you do down there, man. You're a good ball coach and a good dude. We're proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Pat. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me this year, and obviously look forward to continuing this, and just appreciate your show, everything you're doing, everything you guys are about.
Well, it's stupid. You know that. So I appreciate the fact that a super genius like yourself can appreciate it. Now, as you're piecing together that contract, you're like, if they want to fire me, it's fine, but I know how it goes down here. We need $79 million to buy out of this thing. How much of that business that has taken place? And the coaching, college coaching business is obviously an insane one. And there's a fine gentleman who is a Southern boy who's really at the pinnacle of all of it, Mr. Jimmy Sexton. How much do you pay attention to all that? And how quick did that deal get done for you to get to Texas A&M once you guys agreed that you were the right for each other?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be the unicorn in this business and how this stuff goes. I started getting paid way more than I needed to coach football a long time ago. And so I got people that handle that. I want a job. I want an opportunity. I want to win football games. I want to win championships. The rest of that stuff, I let other people handle. And, listen, we get what we get, and it's crazy. And from how I grew up, where I started in this business, I was at the United States Merchant Marine Academy calling plays. And so I've way exceeded expectations from where this thing started for me.
Hell yeah. Well, congrats. You've earned it all along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, new coach at Texas A&M, Mike Elko. Thank you, pal.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, thank you, man. Make sure they pay you, and if they fire you, though. Not when, if.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, make sure.
I may hire you. You're going to be half agent, half hype man.
Hey, you got it, bro. You got it. Hey, I'm okay with that job. Pretty good at both of them. You're the man. You deserve it all. Coach Elko, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, coach.